Hello everyone, welcome to Students Point. This is 19th of September and we are going to cover all the important questions along with some medicinal facts at the end. So pay your attention till the end. And to get PDF of all these videos, you can join us on Telegram by writing the channel's name Students Point. You can also follow us on Instagram by writing the username The Students Point. Let's begin, and if you are finding this video useful, don't forget to like the video and do share the video with your friends and loved ones. Also don't forget to press the subscribe button and the bell icon to receive the notification at the earliest and never miss any opportunity to learn and grow every day. Now we will see a question and everyone has to try to answer this question in the comment section. The question is, Horticulture Department of which state and union territory has launched the flagship program called as Backyard Horticulture? These are the options. Read the options carefully and then answer. And I have seen that some of you have left answering the questions. I will suggest that do start answering the questions on a consistent basis every day. It is important as it works as a feedback mechanism for me to get an idea that whether whatever I am teaching you are getting it or not. And secondly, it will also help you to memorize things and ultimately it will help you in your examinations. So be consistent on your part in answering the questions correctly every day. Let's begin now. The first question. International Equal Pay Day is being celebrated for the first time ever on. So it was the first time which is being celebrated in this year on 18th of September. So here B is the right answer. And it was November 15th in 2019 when United Nations General Assembly has adopted a resolution proclaiming this day as International Equal Pay Day. And the resolution was introduced by Equal Pay International Coalition with the support of Canada, Australia, Germany, Panama, New Zealand, South Africa and Switzerland. And EPIC is led by International Labour Organization and UN Women and Partners. Its goal is to achieve equal pay for women. Next question now. Scheme for Integrated Textile Parks was launched in? So it was launched in the year of 2005. So here A is the right answer. Why in news? Because recently Union Minister of Textiles has provided information on implementation of the scheme for Integrated Textile Park in Rajya Sabha. So let's have some idea about this scheme. It aims to provide industry with world-class state-of-art infrastructure facilities for setting up their textile units and to attract foreign investors to domestic textile sector. And under this scheme, Government of India grants up to 40% of the project cost. However, this grant cannot exceed 40 crores for each textile parks. And you can join our monthly current affairs test series. The test is organized for each month in the succeeding month and the topics are covered in very detailed manner and comprehensive manner, which include topics of current affairs as well as the application based questions as well. And the topics are covered for each subjects, which include polity, economy, international news, science and technology, environment, history and culture, miscellaneous. And this test is totally based on lot of studies and research, so it will ultimately help you to fetch extra marks in your examinations. And there are 3 plans for it. The first one is for 1 month and the second one is for 3 months. The third plan is for 6 months. You can choose your plan as per your convenience, and after subscribing to the plan you have to send your confirmation at pointstudent2020@gmail.com. The test is organized on our website studentspointweb.com. Thereon all the questions are uploaded and you have to take the test within a stipulated time. A timer is set there and within a fixed period of time you have to take all the questions. After taking the test, instantly you get your marks and also a comparative analysis with the performance of other aspirants as well. And you also get PDF of all the test questions and detailed explanations in the Telegram group. Let's move ahead now. The third question. Brucellosis, which is also called as Malta fever, is also referred to as Mediterranean fever. So here B is the right answer. It is an infection which is spread from animals to people, mostly by unpasteurized dairy products. That is why it is highly suggested that we should always consume milk by boiling it very well. And brucellosis is a bacterial infection. It was in news because recently several thousand people in China, northwest of China, has been affected with this infection. And symptoms of this disease include fatigue, fever, muscle pain and headache. However, human to human transmission is considered to be very rare, but it is possible. People generally contract this disease by breathing bacteria or by eating contaminated food. And Governments of India plan, which is called as National Animal Disease Control Program, aims to control this disease by 2025 and eradicate this disease by 2030. Next question now. Consider the following statements about Mahalaya. It marks the beginning of Devi Paksha and the end of Pitru Paksha according to the Hindu calendar. This statement is correct. What is Pitru Paksha? It is a period in which Hindus offer their homage to their ancestors. And in Bengal, Mahalaya marks the beginning of Durga Puja festivities. This statement is also correct. So here both of the statements are correct. C is the right answer. And it is the day when goddess Durga is believed to have descended to earth. And Bengali people traditionally wake up early in this morning on Mahalaya to recite hymns from Devi Mahatma, also called as Chandi, a scripture, and offerings to ancestors are made in homes and at puja mandaps. Next question now. Which city topped Global Smart City Index 2020? So this index has been topped this year by Singapore. So here C is the right answer. It is released by Institute for Management Development along with Singapore University. Singapore has topped. It is followed by Helsinki and Zurich at second and third respectively. What are the positions of Indian cities? Hyderabad, which last year ranked 67th, has reduced to 85th, while New Delhi, which last year ranked 68th, has been ranked at 86th this year. So remember both these ranks. Hyderabad 85th, New Delhi 86th. Next question now. Consider the following statements about IATS, Automatic Train Supervision. It is a computer-based system that manages train operation. This statement is correct. And IATS is French developed and imported technology. No, this is wrong. IATS is an indigenously developed technology. So here second is wrong, first is correct. And it is suitable for both metros and Indian railways. This statement is correct. So here first and third statements are correct. Second is wrong. So C is the right answer. IATS is an indigenously developed technology. It will significantly reduce dependence of Indian metros on foreign vendors dealing with such technologies. It was in news because this technology has recently been launched by Delhi Metro Rail Corporation and it will be based in train control signaling technology for the metros. Next question now. Consider the following statements about Basic Exchange and Cooperation Agreement for Geospatial Cooperation, in short called as BECA. This question is very important, so everyone be attentive here. BECA is one of the 4 foundational military communication agreements between India and the US. This statement is correct. So there are 4 foundational military communication agreements between India and US. Out of these 4, 3 have already been signed. These 3 include GS-OMIA, Comcasa and LEMOA, and now this BECA will be signed very soon, which is expected to be signed, and BECA will allow India to use geospatial maps of US and acquiring armed UAVs such as Predator B from the US. This statement is also correct. So once India will sign this agreement with US, India will get the facility to use geospatial maps of US. It will help to increase the precise positions of Indian hardware such as cruise missiles and other missiles. And the agreement will also facilitate easy procurement of some advanced UAVs like Predator B from US. So these are the benefits which India is going after signing this agreement. What are the benefits which US will get from this agreement? After signing of this agreement, US will be in a position to sell its defense products to India. So it will create and open new markets for, of course, US. So here both of the statements are correct. So C is the right answer. Other 3 agreements. We are going to have details about all these 3 agreements. GS-OMIA, which is General Security of Military Information Agreement. It was signed between both these countries in 2002. It allows militaries to share intelligence gathered by them. Then second one is called as LEMOA, which was signed in 2016. It is Logistics Exchange Memorandum of Agreement. As the name itself suggests, it will facilitate to use each other's military facilities for refueling and replenishment. The third one is called as Comcasa, which is Communications Capability and Security Agreement. It is the India's specific version of SISMOA. It will help to transfer highly sensitive communication security equipments from US to India that will streamline and facilitate interoperability between their armed forces. And India-US 2+2 military dialogue likely to be held in October 2020, and it is expected that in this meeting this agreement will be signed between these two countries. Next question now. Which state became first in the country to institutionalize snake handling? So it is the state of Kerala which has institutionalized snake handling. Kerala Forest Department has framed guidelines for rescuing snakes from human-dominated places and releasing them in uninhabited areas. The move to certify snake handlers comes amid allegations of unscientific approaches by snake catchers that tend to create stress among the animals and pose risk to them. The guidelines make it mandatory for snake handlers aged between 21 to 65, so the snake handlers must be between the age of 21 to 65 to seek certification. And if you have found the video till now useful, then do like the video and do share the video with your friends and loved ones. Now let's see some more points in news. Recently, Pakistan has decided to elevate Gilgit-Baltistan status to that of a full-fledged province. At present, Pakistan has 4 provinces. Once Gilgit-Baltistan will be elevated to a province, it will have 5 provinces. These 4 provinces of Pakistan as of now includes Balochistan, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Punjab and Sindh. So this is the Gilgit-Baltistan region which Pakistan is going to declare as the 5th province, and this is the area which Pakistan has given to China, and this is the area which at present is with India, and rest is being occupied by Pakistan illegally and rest by Aksai Chin by China. Had this area not occupied by Pakistan, then India would have get easy access to Afghanistan and thereafter to Central Asian countries. But since the area is occupied illegally by Pakistan, India finds difficulty in getting access to Central Asian countries, and India had to find alternative routes, that is via Indian Ocean, Arabian Sea, going via Iran and thereafter to Central Asia. And this area is occupied by China, and this is the area from where they are trying to pass the CPEC, that is China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. Next point now. Gujarat Chief Minister Vijay Rupani has announced a scheme for e-vehicles to promote the use of e-vehicles in the state. So I hope you find the video useful. Do like and do share the video, subscribe and press the bell icon. Wait for the upcoming video. Until then, stay safe and thanks for watching.